bowls off of a whatnot. I saw them come up. There's a couple people that I follow. And she actually is local. She has an auction house in the Battle Creek, Calhoun area. And I think she was quite surprised when she's like, no way, there's a $10 bid. That was her starting price for these Pyrex bowl sets. And I'm like, oh, I hope nobody bids against me. But nobody did. They were actually quite surprised that somebody actually even bid on them. But y'all know I've done a set over. So this one still has some of the color on it, but I'm probably going to sand it a little bit because I feel a little bit of texture. And then these have completely lost their color. There is specks, like the blue is, there's specks of color here and there on them. So I was happy to support her and happy to give these new life. And yes, I have painted Pyrex before, took some backlash for it for whatever reason. But you know what? After I did that video talking to other resellers, how many have thrown these bowls away because there's no value if they don't have color? So at least painting them up, putting them out there as reproductions. I looked at the heat resistant paint because the last time I did that, people were like, well, you can't cook in them. Well, it's pretty decor. I don't cook in my ironstone either. But anyway, yeah, the heat resistance is like, it's either orange or red or hunter green. No colors I thought would be like that ow factor that somebody wanted to buy them. So this is just what I'm going to do, y'all. I'm going to paint them up, but let's sand this one first. So it was actually sanding off pretty easily, but now I'm going to go in and clean it, and I just have a rubbing alcohol. My whole thing was to make sure it felt at least smooth. Before it felt very gritty and rough. And then not as if really, I don't think like the sander's going to do much to this. I can't say sanding's doing too much to it, so I'm just going to go ahead and get it cleaned off with some rubbing alcohol. You can't just spray paint these like this if you want them to look like good reproductions anyway. And now for the fun to begin. Oh. So luckily this has a little bit of a lip left on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to stay on the white part with the tape. And tape that part off. Easiest to just work in little sections. And just try my best. This one's going to be the hardest one because it's got the yellow still on it. The other, I just get to make up my own line. There is actually a little bit of lip by the manufacturer, so kind of just follow that. And that's probably going to take us the longest. Okay, now we have to do the same thing because this would not have been painted on the bottom. This is a little bit harder because it's a smaller surface area. I feel like I splurged because I don't usually buy the frog tape because I throw so much tape away. But so this seems to be a little bit more bendable. So working in small sections. hoping to stay off the yellow. What do you do? Of course, that's the part that doesn't always just want to come off, right? Just a few bowls to go. Then, of course, I'm going to have to tape this part off because that's the part, you know, it's going to be showing when I'm spray painting. Yes, I am spray painting them. Works the best. Not looking for a crackle, chippy finish on a Pyrex bowl, that's for sure. We're just looking to save them and get them back into somebody's decor. Just 3 more bowls to go. Oh my goodness, I am at Walmart. I am trying to decide on a color. They have every color you can think of. But I'm going to be looking at the gloss ones, so that'll narrow it down a little bit. So yes, when you look at them, there's gloss, there's satin, there's semi-gloss, there's high gloss, there's primer, paint and primer, there's just a paint. So it's a lot. It's a lot to make the decision. So, and then I'm trying to decide, like, okay, what is going to be a normal color of Pyrex? Like, you know, what would stand out? What would a collector want to collect? So sometimes you just have to go to the interweb and take a peek and see, because I'm like, oh, my heart always loves green, but not everybody, those aren't the greens that I think of when I think of Pyrex. So, but that purple's kind of cool. And this is what I did is I Googled like rare colors that somebody would be happy to have a reproduction of. And turquoise came up. So I ended up picking out all those colors. I was looking for gloss. They actually had a high gloss one, but there was only 2 cans, and I was a little nervous. Like, I don't want to run out. I'd rather have 1 can, even though it's not going to take it. I'd rather have enough cans for one to make sure that I don't run out. I get nervous about stuff like that. So I wanted to go with gloss because, as you know, the Pyrex was usually very glossy. So we are going to do Seascape. Oh, we're going to do Seaside. Okay, so it's going to be bright. I don't know if anybody wants tips on spray painting, but standing back, constantly moving your nozzle, not holding it in one place, overlapping by 50%. If you noticed, you know, I'm not making this huge turn, so I'm constantly overlapping previously what I have spray painted. And then because I'm doing such a light mist and I don't want to do multiple, I do actually go around the whole bowl at least twice while I'm spraying. But yeah, don't hold that in place the entire time. That's where you end up getting drips and runs. The color is so fun. So this paint, I only needed 1 can, y'all. So you see it says paint and primer. It does not say top coat. So this is dry, but there's no top coat to protect that paint. So I'm going through with my tried and true weather defense that I just always love. And it is on the glossy side. Well worth taping.